just like with the Raconteur Society or the Raconteur Syndicate, we'll have a moment within all this. We're going to have announcements. So first and foremost, the announcement I want to make is that the Raconteur Society, as well as Planet FunkCon, are having a giveaway for the next week. So if you would like to get into the drawing, we're giving away one weekend pass for Planet FunkCon in Davenport, Iowa, the last weekend of June. And you can enter it by typing tickets in the chat. Mr. Hines.
I have a new CD out.
Yay!
Woohoo! Woo! Let's go.
It's digital right now. You can get it on Bandcamp. It's called Chief of Riddles. I should have physical copies in my hands tomorrow morning.
Yes. Spiral Rhythm is now in the process of releasing a series of singles. We have 6 in the mix, and we're finishing up our second one. We just released Queen of the Dance about a month ago, and as its own single, and now we're releasing in the next 2 weeks Traveler's Chant, which is our next single, and we're trying something new, just instead of trying to create whole albums like we have in the past, just we crank out a song, get it down good tight, and get it set and get it out. Nice. Create that energy. So
where can we get those singles?
Through Bandcamp.
Okay.
CD Baby.
Quick recap of the first game. You guys left your home.
Yep.
And you ventured to, where was it? There's stuff everywhere.
Nightdale.
Nightdale, correct. And you got to Nightdale. You held up in the Dragon's Nest Tavern. And you had your meals and you had gone to sleep. So, we will start from there. Let me get my character sheet in place. All right. Okay, as the night progressed, you all enjoyed your meals. You drank. You feasted. You realized that the adventuring lifestyle must be the grandest thing on the planet to ever do with your own selves. So some of you drunkenly stumbled off to bed. Some of you warily stumbled off to bed. Some of you stopped by the privy before you went to bed. But nonetheless, you all fall asleep. Now,
was there any more collateral damage people from the event that happened that were dealt with later on in the inn?
No.
Okay, so everyone is back to normal or healthy or what have you?
They will be. So hang on. All right. Okay. There is one thing I need to settle first before we get started as well, is you each have 150 experience from the last game too, that I forgot to add on. So make sure you mark that on your character sheet.
Oh, that's in addition to the 350 you gave us?
Yes.
Okay.
After I started mathing and going over the last event, I went, oop, I forgot some experience.
Oh no!
So here's from a guy who's never played Pathfinder before. What does that mean?
That just
how many do we have to get before we hit next level?
Okay, it's just like with Dungeons and Dragons. You gain experience points and then you level up. Right. So the scale on this, we
need 1,000 for second level.
Right, on the medium.
Okay, cool.
Because there's fast, medium, and slow progression. We're doing medium.
Okay,
we're trucking right along here.
Sweet.
You're all fast asleep in your extremely comfortable beds.
Yeah.
And Bubba?
Yes.
Let's see. Dalan? Yuri?
Okay.
And Callean.
Okay.
You pronouncing your character name right, Jules?
Callean.
Callean, excuse me. You three are deep in sleep, and you start to have this dream. This dream that you're having is you are sitting at a very ornate, very long banquet table in what appears to be a stone-walled keep of some type, room that is ordained with lavish tapestries, and there's music playing from somewhere, but you can't really see where. And the table itself is littered with delicacies that you've never even seen before. And there's also a halfling male that's sitting to your left, who appears to be wearing brightly colored clothes, as well as fine, brightly colored clothes. So these are probably master-crafted, well-put-together, multicolored hat, coat, shirt, boots, pants, the whole bit.
Are we
And
dressed equally?
No, you are dressed like you were when you went to sleep.
Okay.
So you're wearing the same things you were wearing before.
That's a good thing I'm not there.
Now,
Feeling underdressed.
once that occurs, the gnome kind of sits up, looks over at you three, says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I have to introduce myself. I'm Master Blip. Welcome to my celebratory feast.
Master Blip.
Please, eat your fill." And as you feel compelled to actually begin eating, you look down and you realize there's no utensils to eat with. Now, granted, this is the medieval times, and eating with your fingers was kind of common, but something in your mind thinks, I have nothing to eat with. And it's in all of your minds. So it's in everybody in the dream has the same thought in their mind. I have nothing to eat with. Master Blip. Okay, so when you notice this, you look up to the halfling, and the Master Blip smiles wide and says, "Oh no! You have nothing to eat with. Here, use me!" And he jumps into the air. The halfling leaps up, strips off his clothes, and in one grand Ace Ventura way swan dives into Bubba's right hand, shape-shifting into a very ornate fork with a small blue sapphire mounted at the top handle in mid-flight. The fork lands in John's hand, and when it lands in your hand, John, you startle awake. Now, so does Yuri, and so does Jules.
Yuri, yeah.
So, in real time,
but we're not these are the only people, and that nobody else in the group was in the.
Nobody else in the group was in the dream.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, you wake up, stark awake. Boom. All of you, the three of you.
I look at my hands. Am I holding a fork?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Were any of you staying in a room with each other, or did you all have separate rooms? I think y'all had separate rooms, if I remember correctly, right?
It's separate rooms.
Yeah,
We had separate rooms.
Okay. Now, one thing that pops into your mind, John, is what part of the treasure from the raccoon bandits was a load of silverware, if you remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay.
now, the three of you are stark awake. You are not feeling drowsy in the slightest.
So I feel.
Go ahead.
Do I have a sense of could be an important dream? I need to pay attention to it.
Yes.
Type of feeling. Because if that nags me, then I'm gonna only take a few minutes before I would leave the room and try to find the other two.
All right. Do me a favor. The three of you roll a perception check. Or, excuse me, not a perception. Roll a... Sorry, checking the skills real quick. No, it would be a perception check.
D20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
D20 plus your perception. So...
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole, you kind of think... we had that silverware from those raccoons, but it doesn't really. That's about the most you get out of it. Is your thought.
Doesn't like click in my head.
Right. Jules, you got the highest roll correct. Roll correct. Now my voice is going out. Bear with me a moment. Callean, you got what for a perception?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've got a cat that's making noise. What did I have? 18?
18. John, did you get 19?
I had 7. No, she had a 19. I had a 17.
Yeah.
She had a
So,
19. I had a 17.
The 17 for John, you realize that so when everybody was collecting the treasure, you think possibly you might have seen that exact fork in that treasure. You think.
Okay.
Callean absolutely did see that fork in the treasure.
Like you recognize it. Like this is
You're like,
familiar.
that fork's in the treasure. I know it is. So,
Okay.
that being the knowledge, how do your characters react? We'll start with Jules first.
I jump out of bed and run out into the hallway because I'm trying to figure out, was it something we ate that made us have this dream? Was it like at this point I only know myself, right?
Yes, you
That I've
did
had
not
the dream?
put together. You maybe in your mind you were thinking my friends were there, but why wasn't everybody there? That's kind of maybe the thought.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you
so I'm
didn't
up and
really-
out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where everybody's sleeping so I can wake people up and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, well, everybody knew where everybody's rooms were, so it wouldn't be hard for you to find one of the other two.
Okay.
Okay, before you get to John's room, though, so you're starting your move towards there. John, what do you do?
Well, again, my inquiry is: do I have this intuitive feeling that this dream seemed important? I know I'm having this revelation about the fork and everything. I just want to I have this feeling like, oh, this is something I need to pay attention to. So it's important that only those two people. So I will be doing the same thing. I'll be putting on a robe and going out into the hallway and go to whichever closest to me, Callean or Yuri. It doesn't really matter which one. The end's only so big.
Fair enough. All right. And Hazy, what do you do?
I also get up and run out into the hallway to
All right.
So we'll
find
meet
the
each
other
other.
two.
So here's the
Yes.
best part. Right? Okay, so everybody gets up, everybody goes out. As soon as you open the door and step out, so does John and Hazy into the hallway. And now you're all three standing there staring at each other. Role play.
Was that? Did you guys also have this dream? Did you just have a dream?
Yeah. Like,
did you
we
see a
have that
fork?
fork. We have that fork. Where is our stash? We have that fork.
Now that's
What's-
the one thing I did
what's
not
with the
clarify.
fork?
Who is carrying the hoard from the
Oh gosh.
treasure from the last adventure?
Who was the most physically
Ooh,
capable?
I don't.
I'm a strength of 10, so I would probably not.
Oh, I have a strength of 13. I could probably carry it, and I'm taller and bigger than most everybody here.
Yeah, I only have a 10 for strength.
So I guess I'll be carrying it.
Okay. So the reality of it is that
Thanks, John.
you and your tiredness forgot that you actually have the treasure in your room.
Oh,
So you
yeah,
step
let's go.
out and you find
Let's
a
come
room.
back in here. It's in here. Let's go look.
And then it's like that
Silverware.
little bright light bulb moment in the hallway. Oh wait, I have it in here.
Do the rest of us hear this ruckus in the hallway?
Roll your perceptions, Arjil, Sooj, and Arthur, please. And you're going to be at a -4 because you are asleep. This happens like in the middle of the night. So.
And we're not really yelling. We're kind of
Natural one. I'm
whispering.
dead asleep.
Arjil is snoring.
Fear
no
not.
clue what's going on.
I'm asleep. I
my God.
slept well. It wore me out. It was tiring, and
No, wrong one.
That's all good.
D20.
19.
Okay, Sooj.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you actually get woke up because when John has his
What the-
eureka moment, he's like, oh, "I've got it in my room." Kind of says a little loud, and that starts you out of bed. So you
My
sit
room.
up, and you
You hear a conversation.
You hear some sort of murmuring in the hallway, and then you hear them going. You hear footsteps, and they're walking into one of the rooms, and you recognize the voices. This is your group. What do you do?
I'm stepping out, and I'm gonna be like, y'all good?
So from the hallway, you hear, "Y'all good?"
Oh,
No.
So you
No,
okay.
we
the
are
first thing
not.
you hear is, no.
I'll reach
All
out. I'm hearing the voice from the hallway, right?
Yes, and you do recognize.
So
the
I
voice.
peek out of my door and go, "Hey, come here." Let me get back in.
What is happening?
And I got forks in my hands.
Well, not yet. You haven't gotten into the treasure.
Not yet?
So-
Okay.
So okay.
It's
so,
in my room, right?
So you
Okay.
enter the room, and they proceed to tell you. What do you tell her?
We all had the same dream.
Just now.
With forks.
Forks.
A guy turned into a fork.
Okay,
Do you
first of all,
remember
there was
the raccoons?
all the food. It looked really nice.
Yeah.
There was a lot of food there. But then I realized I didn't have anything to eat it with. And then this guy
In the
stood
dream.
up. Yeah, and this guy stood up and he said, "Well, you don't have anything to eat with. Use me." And transformed into a fork and landed in my hand, and then I woke up.
Huh.
We definitely have silverware in the loot from those raccoons.
And we three were in the dream from our own perspectives.
And we have that exact fork in the loot somewhere.
Yes.
You all had the same dream about the same fork.
You did?
Yeah.
You all had the same dream
Oh.
about the same fork.
Yes.
And the fork is in the stash.
We're about to
Yes.
find out. You're just in time.
Okay. All right. I'm
We're
in.
gonna look.
All right, you begin.
We got us
to-
a fucking cursed
Okay.
haunted fork.
You grab the treasure out of whatever you're carrying it in. You dump it on your
Sure.
bed. There's
Right.
forks
Should we
and
maybe
spoons.
do some kind of check to make sure
Yeah.
that we're
Can
not being
we
tricked into
make sure
some
this-
sort of trap?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, please.
Well, if there was a physical trap in the bag, wouldn't it have gone off already? If I was
It
carrying
could
it?
Say
be
you could roll-
connected to the item.
Oh.
I could say sense motive. Let's do that.
Okay.
So make
Who?
a sense
Which one of
motive
us?
check.
All right, I'll make a sense motive check. I have a good roll on that one. I have a +3. And I rolled a 17, so it makes it a 20.
Nice.
Let's go.
You don't sense anything negative of a motive.
I don't get a vibe, but
Can I use a spell?
Sure. What do you want to use?
Can I detect magic, which detects all spells or magic within 60 feet?
Yes, you can.
Where did my dice just go?
Okay, while she's doing that,
but she's
Mama
the only
J-
one who will know, right? The spell doesn't let everyone know, right?
No,
just
just
her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mama J, roll your perception.
Okay.
So you grab the bag or the box or whatever you carried everything in. You dump it out on the bed. There's forks and spoons and knives and things all over, bouncing off the bed, falling on the floor.
Why do I got to be careless? I can be delicate. I can open this up like a human being.
Roll your dexterity.
Right. Did I fail a glamour check or something?
Hang on, we missed a roll somewhere.
Pardon me.
Roll the
John's
treasure.
character is gingerly taking each piece out of the bag
Oh.
and placing it on the bed
Yes.
in an exact way that is
And putting it in the correct place setting
uniform,
order.
so that way there's no confusion as to which
Because I
fork and what's a
counted
knife
because I'm a
and-
Virgo.
all
I
the
have
salad
a little,
forks and all the
Yes.
the butter knives. Yes.
I took an inventory. Here's my inventory. I wrote it down.
Wrote it
Yeah, yeah, you did.
And open it up like
I
a
love
human
it.
being. I was like, wait a minute, this is how you're very careful when you open up human beings? Is that what this is?
It depends on if it's
You have to
surgery.
be nice.
Yes. If it's surgery,
Mama, what'd you roll?
There's a gallbladder and a
right?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, I rolled a 17.
Gone.
I had a 16 on the perception check.
Ooh, someone just
Oh,
did some
sorry,
magic.
Perception.
for the perception check,
Yes,
not the
thank
spell. My bad.
Okay, so while she's casting the spell, you find the fork as he's taking it out of the bag. Hey, it's on the bed. You're like, oh, there it is.
Found it.
Do you grab it?
I grab it.
Okay. As soon
Is
as
that
she
the
grabs
one?
it, your
Is it
spell,
unique?
As soon as she grabs it, your
Oh,
spell
sorry.
goes off. And that fork glows like a Christmas tree.
Ooh.
I
But
fucking knew it, damn
so
it.
does a spoon and a knife. A butter knife.
Oh, hell no, there's a whole set.
Oh. Magical.
As I'm realizing that this is glowing in
Oh.
my hand,
Yes.
I raise
Well,
it up.
no,
and
you
go,
don't see
"I
that.
have the power."
You
That's
don't
only
see the,
for me,
you don't
though,
see
right?
the glowing. She does.
Oh, that's right. Only you see
Okay.
it. Dang it.
Yeah, she only the caster sees the glowing. So
Yeah. So,
But I'm allowed to, like,
do you
tell
keep that
them, right?
information to yourself?
yeah, you can tell them.
Hell no.
Like,
Okay. Guys, not only is this fork glowing, there is a knife and spoon in here that is also glowing. This is a set.
Okay.
There's more to this.
You said that with such weight. I love it. This is a set.
Do not separate.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind.
Maybe they do something when they're together. I don't know. Was there... Okay. Well, what do you want to do? Now that we know that these things are magical and we all dreamed, the three of us dreamed about it, there are 3 pieces. Do we each get one?
If the fork had
Ooh.
been a sentient being which transformed into a fork,
Yes.
what the knife and spoon gonna do?
It might be 2 more things. I don't know.
Should
If
we got stowaways?
separate these?
Have we got silverware stowaways?
This Yuri,
I'm
the
for
spell,
real.
the spell that you cast, does that give you any knowledge of the type of magic?
No, it just detects it.
Okay.
I
That would be
don't
That
like
is sport.
this.
You got to be really careful. It's
Right. I don't know. But we all dreamt about the fork. Nobody dreamt about the spoon and the knife, right? We all dreamt
No,
about the
just
fork.
a fork.
Okay.
But
so
wait a minute. In your dream, didn't the guy say his name?
Oh, till wait a minute. Master Blip.
So
Halfling. He was
what
a
if we
halfling.
just call Master Blip and maybe
Okay, wait.
he is the fork?
Don't do that yet.
Don't
Let's wait.
say it 3 times.
Let's
Don't
wait.
say it 3 times.
Beetlejuice thing,
Now
man.
have-
Don't-
Let's wake
Have
up
we looked
before
at
we
the
do
other-
that and activate something we don't know about. Let's wake up everybody else and get
That's
prepared.
true. That's true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry,
And
guys.
then-
You're going to have to wake the F up because we got some shit going on, okay?
All right, I'm gonna put everything else away, and then we're gonna put the plate, fork. Is there a plate? Do I have a plate in the room?
No, you wouldn't have a plate in the room.
Okay. Do I have? Is there a table in the room?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put those 3 items on the table,
Okay.
and yes, I'll put them where they should be.
Fair enough.
And who wants to wake up everybody else?
I'll go wake everybody else up.
Okay.
Good
then I'm
luck
gonna get dressed.
Good luck waking up the barbarian because he's probably about ready to inhale his pillow at this point.
Here, I got some smelling salts. Actually.
Oh, let me
Be
get some.
careful.
Yeah.
He might come up swinging.
Oh,
He may come up
I'm gonna
swinging.
have to roll a dexterity check on that.
This
to not
is
get
true.
knocked
This
out.
is true in real life as well.
Oh, yay!
All right, so you've successfully managed to wake up the rest of the group, even though that the barbarians rolled a 1 on trying to wake up. You.
I'll jump
I
on.
rolled a 4. So
Oh.
it's
I'm
minus
still-
4, so
I've been drinking. What is it? No. I've got the sword. I'm gonna what?
Well, I mean,
What's going on?
Keep that goblin dog away from him. Goblin dog away from him.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the goblin dog.
Hide the baby.
I'm not wearing pants. Sorry, I'm sorry, lass. I'm not wearing pants. You see, I'll put them
Put
on.
pants on.
I don't
This
have
is important.
pants. Oh no.
So where are you having them come to the room to Bubba's
Yeah,
room?
could just
Or-
have bring everybody back.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So through weary eyes and wandering, you guys find your way to the room. It is
I'm
roughly,
holding a balloon. I have a balloon with me. I'm holding as if it was a 2-handed sword for a gnome. That's what I'm
Excellent.
doing.
All right. It is
Magic
roughly.
knife.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, and you walk into Bubba Gesha's room, and Bubba Gesha, take it away.
Oh, good, everybody's here. Well, I mean, I catch them up. We all had this dream.
Now, before you get going any further, the one reason why you folks came to Night Vale was because, remember, you're looking for an orc, correct?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Or
So don't forget that as what you were originally there for. So, but this is what they call the side quest. But nonetheless,
Yes.
it's okay. Or not. It's not a side quest. Anyway. So
we're looking for Gartooth, right? That was his name.
Gartooth. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gartooth Grishner.
Gartooth. Yeah.
Now, before
Ah,
anybody
Gartooth.
does anything with these items, I do have the skill of using magic device in case we need to use it.
Well, you're in charge of this part
For
of the deal,
something.
honey. If something goes wrong, I'll see if I can patch you together.
Does anybody want me to try to use them, or should we try to find out more about them first?
May I hold the spoon?
I don't mind.
Here, I'll pick it up and give it to him.
I would like to
I've
know.
already touched them all.
I would like to know if all
He licked
3 of them have the same blue sapphire on them.
Oh, right.
Big Rob,
Yes.
question.
Yes.
The blue sapphire, do all 3 of these utensils have a blue sapphire? Or
No.
just the
Actually, the fork has a blue sapphire.
Right.
The spoon has a red ruby. And the knife has a clear quartz.
So this is expensive, and it's probably carved or elaborate.
These are very small, carved, ornate gems mounted into the silver.
The back.
The utensils.
Silverware. Okay.
Like in the
I'm
And
handle.
you're
holding
telling
my
me that this
finger
fork
ruby-
right here is a wee little man.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
It was
Ah.
in the dream. He transformed into a fork.
Well, what's the other 2?
They weren't in the dream.
I didn't see those.
Ah.
We discovered that through the spell that Yuri cast. That there were 3. We don't even know if they're the same kind of magic. She just knows that they're magical.
Yep.
And
All right.
And
Now then,
yes, we did talk about what we're gonna do. Invoke the guy's name.
Master Blip.
Yeah, Master Blip. I mean, do I stand in front of a mirror and say Master Blip 3 times and see what
yeah.
happens?
How do we?
Or
I-
right, you know.
Should we maybe try and set all 3 items down together and?
Well, you know what? How about this? How about okay?
hold on. One of the things in the aspect of
Yeah.
the town or the city that you're in is Nightdale. It's a pretty big town, city almost. You know, it is a city on the smaller side. But one thing here that one of you, or at least most of you would know, being that this is still local to you, is that there is a Mages Guild in Nightdale. And one of the things the Mages Guild does is identify magic items. Tells you what they are.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't realize we had that here.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
And that's something that as you're more waking
ding. Right.
up, you're like, oh, wait, we're in Nightdale.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we can take it to
Yeah.
the Mages
Okay.
Guild in town. Yeah.
Guys,
That's
let's
literally
take,
called
Even
the-
better.
yeah. Let's take
Even
this
better.
to the Mages Guild and see if they can tell us any more about them.
Well, it's still early. Let's have breakfast first.
That's fair.
It's
I'm
3
hungry.
a.m.
Yeah,
The breakfast isn't
yeah.
even ready
It's
yet. The
3
breakfast
in the
hasn't even
morning,
started
man.
to cook yet. So
Right.
Like I said, I'm not sober yet, so.
All right, so let's go back. Then okay, so we'll all go back to bed, get up for breakfast, and then go to wherever the Mage Guild is. Cool.
That sounds good. Put a bucket or something over them wee numpties there, and keep them from going anywhere. We wouldn't want it to turn back into a wee man again and run off.
Good point.
Yes, that is a very good point.
And if anybody wakes up having another weird dream, wake everybody up.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going back to bed.
Okay.
all right.
Same.
All of you go back to sleep.
Good
And you actually end up sleeping for most of the morning because late night shenanigans, of course. When you wake up, you all go downstairs. There's nothing happens overnight. There's nothing to rouse you up anymore, or the guy doesn't pop out of the knife or the fork or anything like that.
Right. I'm not dead with the fork and knife in me.
Right.
Who killed the priest? Right.
One of the things that you talk about over breakfast is, of course, now that you're awake and more in your, in your minds, that in Nightdale there's a place called Grooger's Exchange, as well, to where
Yes.
you knew that adventurers could take things found on their adventures and turn them in for money. So that's one thing that's discussed during your breakfast time, is you have all this silverware that you can't really do anything with. Maybe you can take it and get money out of it from Grooger's.
And we also have 80 silver pieces from this hall that I've kept separate and deducted for our inn stuff. So
All right. So you guys get up, you have your breakfast. What's the first order of business? Are you taking the knife, fork, and spoon to the Mages Guild, or what are you doing?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right,
And we'll
so-
use and if they charge us, we'll use the party funds to help pay for it if it needs to.
All right, so you make your way through your town. You okay, man? Sorry. You get to the Mages Guild just as they open, and there's a tall, gaunt, kind of blondish-looking elf at the door who's literally unlocking the door when you walk up.
Who has the best charisma?
Oh, goodness. Hello, how are you doing?
Me.
Hello, my fine man. How are you this beautiful morning?
I am well. Are you coming to the guild to purchase or learn or...
We'd like to identify this set of objects.
What's...
Ah, we got this haunted fork.
He looks at you
What he said.
strangely. Well, come in, come in. You walk into... The Mages Guild it almost looks kind of churchish, the way the construction of the building is. Not that it's kind of got pillars and things, got towers on the side, so it's kind of like the Walmart Mages Guild, that situation. But you walk in, there's a front counter. He's the only person there right now, so he said, well, bring him over here and set them on the counter, and I'll have a look at them. And you walk over there, you place them on the counter. He takes a good look at them. He says, give me just a moment. We don't charge for identifying, but we do charge if you want them back.
Whoa. What?
I mean, excuse me.
What?
I mean, if they're dangerous, I mean, I always forget that part. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So
Define
Dangerous according to whom?
To who?
Exactly.
Well, the
Yeah.
world,
I
of
want my
course.
stuff back.
We don't want any cursed items going out, but we do take donation if
It's
you
a
would like
knife,
to.
a fork, and a spoon, my friend. How much danger can they put the world in?
Well, it might be a knife, fork, and spoon of necromantic kind you can eat the living with. We don't know.
There is a wee little man in that fork.
He just looks down at the fork and looks at you, and he's like, relation? Sorry.
Well, that's just what they told me. It was a wee little man. That fork is... I don't trust it.
All right, well...
I don't know if this is relevant, but the three of us, and I point to me and Yuri and Callean, we had a dream about this fork. So I don't know if that's important information for the mage to know. We all
Really?
shared
That is very
a dream.
interesting. Yes.
And that's what, so
Hmm.
obviously we're coming to you because you obviously know what you're talking about.
That could be very important, yes. We take donation for identifying, and he kind of scoots this little pot over towards you. So let me take these back and do some work on them, and I'll find out what's going on. It will probably take about an hour.
Okay.
Very well.
So come back in an hour.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll leave 10 silver.
Excellent. So he tells you to come back in an hour, and you now
You
are
wanna
free
go-
to do...
Want to go look for the orc now, or just stand around for an hour?
If we think we can, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's be productive
Yeah.
for show.
Might as
Omar
well.
says,
Had a good night out the
I
night
forget
before.
who my character's with you too. Omar says, well, we could take the rest of the treasure to Grooger's and see what we can get out of this silverware that's completely useless otherwise.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Or
Get some more
Well,
money for the rest of
yeah, they've got shiny hairpins and shiny brooches, plates, and silverware. Two small chests that work.
Yeah. So you guys make your way to Grooger's, which is not far from the Mages Guild.
Yeah.
And you walk in, and there's a grizzled old dwarf in this cottage-looking type place. Has a big sign out front that says Grooger's Exchange. And it seems to be him and his family are the exchange experts. So the little cottage has, metal grates over the windows, things like that. As you walk in, and says, "Whoa, what can I do for you today? Welcome to Grooger's. You adventurers, are you?"
Why, yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Well,
I'm looking around going, who's going to talk first?
we have come into some silver, and we're interested to know if there's some way we can work out an exchange with you for a more usable currency.
Well, of
He's
course,
in charge.
that's what we do here. So Well, let's see what you got. Put it up here on the counter. He steps up on his stool, and so he's about the same height as you. This set right here it's been lost. There's a family back in Brindlemark looking for this. He said the house.
Oh, well, we got it off a pack of rascally raccoons.
Oh, those must have been the bandits that people was talking about.
It's a whole gang of them.
He goes, yeah, that belongs to the Halsbad family, Brindlemark. You take it back to them.
Halsbad.
Yeah, it's worth about 10,000 silver.
Oh, I think we'll be doing that.
Do you recognize any more?
I gave you the wrong number. He says about 500 gold.
Oh.
But he looks at the rest of the silverware. He says, "Oh, Lord, this is some really nice silverware. Some master crafted. You sure you want to get rid of this?" As well as the brooches and things.
Yeah, I want the money.
All right.
Well, wait.
Should we maybe see...
I need one of the spoons. Just one of the spoons. I'll dig through the pile until I find one that's suitable. And I've never had my own spoon, so I'm keeping this.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Well, you must be brand new adventurers then. You suckers. Anyway. Yeah, you've got roughly about 8,000 silver here.
And that's not including the set we're going to take back to that family, right?
No, that's up to you to take back. I'm not going to mess with that. I know they're looking for it, though, and here's the address of where they're at. They said if it comes through to let them know. So they'll be expecting you.
Thank you.
You guys just made the most money you've ever made in your single life in one instance.
Aye.
Well, hey!
Nice. I was about to ask if we should maybe try for more, but okay.
Well, we'll think about that next time for sure. But
Do you know how many birthday parties
I mean,
that is? Oh my goodness, that is so many birthday parties. I am very happy.
I think he's no longer a birthday party clown anymore.
I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you what I have to do in the temple for 8,000 silver pieces, honey.
All right.
I don't know.
Omar actually.
There's
I
no
live
need.
out in the woods.
There's no need. There's none.
Omar actually asked the old dwarf. He says, "Good dwarf." He says, "Do you happen to know where Gartooth Greshner is by chance?" In the dwarf said,
Oh, yeah.
"Well, old Gartooth, he's over on the other side of town. He's the Thatcher for the Baron in the area, so not hard to find."
Thatcher, you say?
So yeah, he lives over by the keep. He says, "Oh, great.
Oh,
well, that's
okay.
one step in finding the true reason why we're here." He says, "Yeah, is there something going on?" We were just spent to talk to him. That's all. And Omar kind of blows off any questioning that the dwarf might have. And you guys take your gold and leave. Omar says, "Well, the keep is over there," and he kind of points, and you can very cleanly see across the city. There's a big, huge keep looming in the distance. And he says, if he's the Thatcher to Baron Cladda von Nightvale, then, and that's the governor of the town, by the way.
Well, let's buy some food and have some fun. Let's all have lunch.
I want a new hat. I want a fancier, taller hat.
There is a clothier
as tall as I am.
There is a clothier right there too. It's Madame Peacock's fine threads and clothes that you can find and go in there.
Tell you what, I'm going to give everybody 100 silver pieces initially to go do what you want with it. So I can just deduct it from, and then we'll have a bank. And I don't have to run it, but right now I'm being Virgo. So 1, 2, 3,
Right, is
4,
there
5, 6, 7. So
a magic shop I could do with some?
Yeah, the Mages Guild.
50.
Oh, at the Mages Guild. I'll look at their gift shop and see what they got when we get back. We don't have to do that now.
Chances there an apothecary in town?
There is.
Okay.
And you're looking for a hat, correct?
Yeah, not a magical hat, just a nice hat.
You actually
A
find...
conical hat. I want a spiral. I want a spirally thing going up to the top.
Okay. You don't actually find one of those there, but the seamstress that runs the store says, I can make you one.
That'd be great.
Okay.
How much would it cost?
How about 2 gold?
So
And
20 silver.
How many silver is a gold?
20.
20
20
silver.
20 silver makes a gold.
You have a commission.
It'll be ready in a week.
Okay.
All right. So enough time has passed now. You guys wind up back at the Mages Guild, and you walk in, and there's nobody standing at the desk, but you do hear kind of some like whooshing, some crackly sounds, a little bit of light flashing under the door behind the desk, behind the counter. And then there's a kind of a and there's some smoke rolls out, but then it sucks right back in. And then the door opens, and you see the mage that was there this morning, and he's holding the fork, the spoon, and the knife. He says, "Oh, you're back! Thank goodness." Well, I don't know how to say this. You have
Just
a fork
spit
and
it out.
You have a fork and knife and spoon that are family members.
I told you.
Ah, the wee little man is your
No,
family.
that's not a metaphor. You're saying that they're actual people.
Inside of these.
I told you.
They seem to have been cursed and placed into cutlery.
I knew they were
It
cursed.
was a wee
Now,
little man.
they did not
You're
make
right.
cursed items. The items are not cursed. They're just
They were cursed to be
in the
People are
items.
cursed.
The curse places them in the item. Okay.
Right.
What does one do to get cursed and turned into silverware?
A fork.
I wonder.
Right.
Who do you have to
That's
make
my question.
Right.
Well,
And
What?
to
And who?
and who did you piss off? Is the
Who
other
are
question.
these people
I don't
And who
know.
are they?
inside of these silverware?
Is this kind
Ugh.
what this kind of I'm assuming we're still talking to the guy, the mage
The mage,
guy.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. What is this a rare kind of magic? Have you seen this before?
No, it's actually, I mean, it's not common, but it's not unrare. People have been trapped in certain things. That's why you have sentient magic items at times, and that's what these are.
Oh, like
He
the
said,
spirit of something in a okay.
A spirit of a being inside of a yes. But I can tell you that each of these are their magic is a protection magic.
They all have the same kind of magic.
Yes. If you carry them on your being, you'll gain a +3 to your armor class.
You have to have all three to get the advantage.
No, they each one provide that, but they don't seem to. If you're carrying
prefer
all
to be
three,
together?
it's just 3. But if you carry each one individually, it's also a 3.
Oh my!
So they don't
right.
like if you're holding all 3, that doesn't give you
They
a
don't
s- a
plus
9. It doesn't stack. But if
Okay.
you're
Oh,
holding
but-
1, you'll have 3. You'll have extra protection, as same as the others. And there's no greater protection holding all 3 at the same time. However,
so theoretically, 3 people in the party can each hold one,
yes,
and each of us will have a +3 in the armor class.
yeah, temporary.
Why are we even considering not saving these people and changing them back into themselves?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to understand the meta of the magic.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
though, we don't want to waste resources. I mean, we need to find out how to save them. But of course, in the meantime, we might have to face dangerous things in the process of saving them.
The wizard says, here's the thing. If you leave these items with us and we are able to free them, we will find out what is happening. We will pay you all 100 gold for turning in these items. However, if there's any accrued bounties or other things from this being figured out, because we don't know if these are... I can tell you they're not evil. They don't seem to be of alignment of anything dangerous. But
Okay.
we don't know why they were put in these in the first place. That would be something that the guild master would have to understand.
And you won't do anything like, sell them as protective amulets to people while we're gone, right? That you wouldn't do that.
No, in
Just
fact,
not to making any accusations. You understand?
No, understood. Yes,
A line of inquiry.
yes.
I am
no.
very hard to
We're-
trust people.
We are not
I
that
don't
kind of
trust
mages guild, but if you'd feel better having a contract to say that we would not do the same and that we are holding them for you, that would be legally binding, we can definitely do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
But wait. The
No, not the
master
reading and the writing.
Master Blip wanted to talk to us in our dreams. If we don't have the silverware,
wait,
and
did-
he's trying to...
Did you say Master Blip?
Yes.
Yes.
He
Oh,
came
my
to
lord.
us in a dream.
That was
He
the
picks up
guy
the
that...
fork. He says, "Master, are you all right?"
Oh no! No! You're telling
Oh,
me that your master is in this fork?
Oh, snap.
You're
No, the
telling
wee
me
little man in the fork is
Oh,
your
my
master.
goodness.
Master Blip?
Oh my goodness.
Master Blip is our master, the guild master.
What ethnic
boy.
background is Master Blip?
Pardon?
What ethnic
What
background?
ethnic background is Master
Oh, he's a
Blip?
halfling.
Oh, that's him, right enough. Sure enough, that's what you said.
Yeah, he's a halfling.
He was a wee little man
Yeah.
and turned into a fork.
Turned into a
We gotta
fork.
get him out. We
He
gotta get
says
him out.
the mage says,
Who would
I
have
have
done this?
to confiscate these. I am so sorry. This is our guild master. We thought he was on sabbatical. He was late getting back.
I
Apparently
think
he was on a pretty serious sabbatical, for crying out loud.
yes, and at the
They
very
reached
least, we
out to
deserve a
us
reward
for
for bringing
reason.
it back.
Well, now I'm curious of what the other two items are.
Well, you said they were a family. What led you to believe they were a family?
Well,
Yeah.
their essences were the same.
Maybe
Well,
can you split one
So it
essence
might
into
be
three
his-
things?
He gets this look in his eyes of shock. He's like, "Oh my lord, it must be his wife and his child." I have to contact someone, please. Excuse me. And he actually goes to turn to go back through the door, but then he turns back around and grabs the silverware. And goes in the back door.
Could you loan us some protective things while you? I mean, we have these protective items, and you've just run off with them. And what if we are in mortal danger and we die because we don't have these protective items? I think we deserve some sort of loan situation.
And Master Blip reached out to us.
That's right. When you take your horse to be reshoed, sometimes they loan you another horse so you can ride while they're
He says,
reshoeing.
of course.
And
Just
I
give me
think
a
we
moment.
should deserve some sort of loan situation.
Okay, just one moment, please. And he goes in the back room, comes back out, and he has 5 necklaces, and they're gold necklaces. He says these are wards against evil.
Against evil, aye.
They will give you a +1 protection versus negative things, negative magic, things like that.
Yeah, but there's 7 of us.
And there's 7 necklaces.
Okay.
I say 5. I'm sorry. There's 7.
Yes.
So he says, take these, and I cannot thank you enough. There will be a payment for this. Please understand that in the near future. Once I'm able to get another guild master to come and release my guild master, then we will discuss payment. If that's all right with you. I don't know what it would be at this point, but please come back or we'll send word to find you. What is the name of your group?
Oh.
I guess we are the Raconteur Syndicate.
Yeah.
That's an interesting name. All right.
Memorable, though. You
True.
won't forget to keep in touch with us.
No.
The Raconteurs.
Writes it down. Says,
Do not
please,
forget about us.
if you do not hear
I
from me,
heard you had a gift shop.
Right over there. This female elf comes in. She's looking as bewildered as he did. Says, how can I help you? You were looking at something, sir? He's talking to
Barbarian man.
Oh, I was just looking to see what you had.
Oh, we have scrolls, potions.
What kind of potions do you have? Do you have anything that's
we have a potion of water breathing. We have a potion of healing. We have a potion of...
Oh, how much are your healing potions? Those are always
our
good.
minor healing potions are 500 gold each.
Oh, my.
Whoa,
Oh,
never mind.
Oh,
I am sorry. I didn't know what sort of place I was in here.
You're new adventurers. I'm so...
We are
and
new
she says that kind of
adventurers.
sneeringly, like, oh, you're new adventurers. Oh, okay. Well, no problem. Come back when you've made some more money then.
Uh-huh. Right.
Just so you know, I have balloons, and I know what to do with them.
She actually thinks...
Easy,
you actually see her
Fluffernutter.
think for a second and then just leaves. So...
Wow, the healing potion was 500 gold. That's 5,000 silver.
And
What-
that was like a minor healing potion. That wasn't
Right.
even...
That wasn't even like worth a shit. So
And she
No.
was bitchy.
And she was...
Yeah.
Right. That's all right. I got good medicine skills. We good.
Omar says, damn, I thought I had a chance with that one. Anyway, we should probably go on to find the orc, yes?
Yes, let's go look.
Yes. Now that we've decided, and we're all going to come back here and check on it. We're not going to abandon the storyline, right?
No, no.
No.
Right. Okay.
No,
Absolutely
because
not.
I
There's
need
money
to
involved.
know.
Does it matter that you said in your dream that he wanted to be a fork? He wanted to be useful and help you eat, and so he turned into a fork.
Yes.
Does
What?
that matter?
What does the food represent actual food, or does it represent some sort of treasure? Does it represent the answer to releasing Master Blip from said fork?
Life
Where-
enjoyment. It's hard to know.
He is a halfling.
I need to know.
All right, so you guys are talking and walking. You make your way through town, and you finally come to the keep, and you follow a path around the keep, and you are asking folks as you walk through this area, you know, do you know where I can find Gartooth? Oh, yes, he's this way, he's this way. You actually end up finding Gartooth's home. And you approach the house, you knock on the door, and this humongously muscular orc opens the door wearing normal orc, dressed in fine orc clothes, but he's also wearing an apron. He says,
Ooh, he cooked?
what can I do for you? Or you needing some roof repair?
Hello.
Wow.
So
I don't
the truth
remember
is-
why we were looking for you,
say,
but
I know.
we were looking for you.
For me either. So hopefully somebody remembers, because I don't.
Omar says,
Well-
yes, we were sent here because we were told you needed some help
Come up.
from that one gentleman back at home. Do you folks remember now what's going on here?
Oh.
Yes. He says, he kind of looks out the door, like looks this way and that way, and he's like, yeah, come on in. He seems embarrassed. If you can imagine an orc that's embarrassed.
Suddenly, I feel like I'm in a drug deal.
Not supposed to be here.
Right?
He takes off his apron and he says, I'm in a pretty bad way. He says,
Oh.
I lost my wife's bird.
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 Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Well,
Oh, that's never a good thing.
I let Chirper out to take him for walks, you know. He's a vulture after all. He's a big bird. So I got to take him for walks, and he ran off.
Oh, it's a wee little buzzard that flew off.
You actually see when you you when you're in the house and you're looking around, there's drawings of like him and his wife, and there's this humongous turkey vulture that's between the two of them that looks pissed off. And he says, I can't find another one anywhere, and I've got to get this one back. I don't have time to go looking for it. Is there any chance I could maybe pay you 100 gold to go find it for me? If she comes home and it's gone, I'm doomed.
Oh,
now, you do
you're
notice in
doomed.
the pictures that his wife is bigger than he's like 7 foot tall, but his wife's like 8 foot tall and more muscular than him.
Oh my goodness.
So he's
good
literally
fella, you're
talking
in
to you
trouble.
with fear in his eyes. Like,
Right.
Please help me find this bird.
When was the last time you
So-
saw it again?
It was yesterday, 2 days ago, excuse me.
Two days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Are there
Well,
predators?
which way
in this-
did it go?
Are there predators in this area?
Of course there is. We live in the woods. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of things out here.
So,
But the thing is
dangerous
if
things.
it's dead, I'm going to have to figure out how to get another one. And getting that one wasn't easy. It was given to me for doing a job over in Brendlemark.
So, does this bird know its name? Will it come when it's called,
Oh,
or do we
yeah.
have to trap it?
It knows its name.
What's its name?
Chirper.
Tripper.
Chirper.
Chirper.
Oh, chirper. Chirper.
Well, actually, they've not got vocal cords, so they go.
Chirp.
But
Okay,
I know
chirper.
that because I know about nature.
And how
You
much
gotta-
time do we have
you-
before your
you
wife
have
comes
to-
home?
My wife's not back for another week. But
Oh,
you
we
have
have
to
a
make me a
week.
promise.
Okay,
Don't tell anyone about this.
Okay, who's got handle animal in their skills?
Oh, hey. I do.
No.
Of course you do.
I can speak
Knowledge
with animals,
in
but
nature?
I'm not an animal handler.
He says.
I do.
He says, "I
It's a
will."
charisma
Okay, so
base.
what you need for a buzzard chicken is you need something that's dead. You need something whiffy so they can smell it. They smell it from miles away, and you have to put it out where they can get to it. That's the
Right.
way to trap a
Well,
buzzard.
It sounds like a great way to get it back. Good job.
Why didn't you
Very
think
figuring
of
that out.
this?
What?
It's your wife's bird. Why didn't you think of
I don't
this?
take care of the damn bird. It's her bird. She just said
Yeah,
to
but
take
you
it for
lost-
walks.
You are a dead man.
I
You're
know.
a dead man.
He says, "Here's the deal. I'll give you 200 gold to find it. But
200.
if you
200.
tell a soul about this, you're not getting paid at all."
600.
Whoa.
Lady, I charge
For
more
a
than
silent-
that.
It's your
500.
cojones, man.
I'm serious.
He starts.
We have
thinking,
to face,
500.
we
You
have to face
lost your
predators.
wife's bird.
Which could be dead. For all we know.
600. Fine, just find the damn bird.
Let's go.
Excellent.
Does it have any identifying marks on it, or are we just looking for a random buzzard? Like, what are we doing here?
What's its favorite
Oh,
food?
Rabbit.
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 Okay.
Omar says, well, this shouldn't be hard to do. He goes, "I'm a ranger. I should be able to track it. Let me go out. Where did you say you lost it at?" He says, "Oh, it's on the back part of the property when it ran off." He says, "All right, we'll start there." So Omar leads you all out to the backyard, and he's going to make a fine turkey roll. All right. If anybody got 10 or above, you can see the tracks of the turkey vulture that kind of wander off into the woods.
So
So,
it walked. It didn't fly.
Nope.
no, it appears to be walking.
Is something wrong with its wings?
It might be too fat. If some birds get domesticated, it doesn't fly.
Well, when you were talking to the orc, he did say that the bird does not fly because of the bird does not fly because it has an injured wing.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
So that's how they got it as a pet, basically.
Good baby.
And they got
So
it
the
as
wing isn't injured like anymore per se.
Right. It
pardon.
must be an old injury.
Like
Yeah,
it's
he
an
was-
old
he-
injury.
In the conversations with Gartooth, you did learn that the bird got given to him as a fledgling, and it had a malformed wing.
Oh,
that's
from the
why it
get-go.
walks.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, in saying that, is there anything that looks different? That would be the one thing. It has its right wing is kind of, smaller than the other one. So.
Emo bird.
Oh.
Well, let's do follow it.
All right, so you guys
Kinda.
follow the tracks. It's not hard.
Jabba.
It starts going into the woods. Now you know where you're headed. Go ahead and make another survival check. Oh my god, I rolled a 1. Omar's like, it's over there. And obviously the tracks are going that way. But anyway.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
14.
8.
I don't have a
13.
tracking skill.
10 or better, again. You're following the
I don't-
tracks. Omar is
19.
adamantly saying, no, it's this way. It's this way. And you're... He rolled a 1.
I don't think so, dude.
Lord. Anyway.
My 19 says it's not.
You kind of weave your way through the trees and around some boulders, up a hill, down a hill, and you do start to notice that there's a sound of running water coming from up ahead. Go ahead and make one more survival check.
That's more like it.
13.
17.
Okay, 10 or better.
14.
15 or-
Okay.
Me too.
Yep.
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
12.
It gets as you're headed down towards a creek, you kind of you start to hear this water, and you come around this large tree, and into view you see the turkey vulture, and there's another turkey vulture there, and they're kind of cuddled up and like
That's
Laying-
why he didn't come home.
next to the creek, and they have not noticed you yet.
Oh, goodness.
So
Okay.
Omar's like,
Oh, dear me.
all right, hold on. We have to be quiet. If we disrupt them, that one might fly. He'll waddle off quickly.
So,
Do we have a net?
I have a question about sleep, the spell sleep in your world.
Uh-huh.
Is it humanoids only, or do you think it would affect vultures?
No, it will affect any living creature, as long as it doesn't have an ability to resist sleep. So, like elves and things like that.
Two of us have handle animal skill.
So does
well,
Omar.
I'm going to cast
Okay, Omar.
Speak with Animals.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Hold on 1 minute. Arthur made the first
Okay.
speak about it, so hold on 1 second with yours, Arjil.
I'm going to ready the spell,
Okay,
but not cast it.
okay. So then Arjil casts Speak with Animals. That's automatic. So, what do you say in Turkey Vulture?
All right, I'm going to say, Oi, Jaffer, you need to go home. I
The
know
bird-
that you found a wee lassie here, it seems like, but it seems that your people are missing you. And you can't fly off anyway.
The turkey vultures kind of perk up and they turn around, they look at you, and it responds. It says, can't go, won't leave kids.
Oh, you got some wee babbies, do you?
Yes. And as he says that, he kind of steps aside, and you do see they're actually on a nest.
Oh,
ground.
there's babies.
And
Oh,
there's
well,
2 eggs in the nest.
Oh, no.
here's the thing. Could we take your nest and your eggs and move you all back home? Because your people, they love you dearly and they're missing you.
They'll help protect your babies.
He
Yeah.
turns to his mate, and you kind of hear him murmuring something.
We can put you up on the roof.
And she at first starts shaking her head like, no. And he's talking a little more. Omar actually has a skill that he's going to use called Wild Empathy to try to convince them to go home. So yeah, the female agrees, and Omar walks over and picks up the male bird.
Okay.
Excuse me, he picks up the female. My bad. and looks over at Callean and says, "She's okay with you picking up the nest, but only you."
Okay, so I go over and very gently pick up the nest.
Okay.
It's probably 3 times bigger than I am, but that's okay. Start to toddle off with it.
Okay. Who picks up the male? Who picks up Chirper?
Oh, you man.
Yeah, you can ride on my shoulders.
Now we've seen everything. Okay, so the barbarian plants Chirper on his shoulders, and we all make our way back to the house. We walk up to the house, and Gartooth is watching adamantly out the window. Now he's ecstatic when he sees you with his bird, but then he realizes there's another one and a nest with eggs in it, and he's kind of shaking his head like, no, wait, and he comes out, and he's like, what did you find? He says, what's going on here? Or what's going on here?
Well, this is Chirper's wee babies, and he's not going to leave them, so we're going to stick the nest up on the roof, and all will be well. And your wife will be happy, because now there's 2 buzzards and buzzard babies.
Babies.
He kind of looks at you, and he kind of, You're right. This is a good thing. Yeah. This is work. Yeah, hold on. I'll put it up on the roof. And he comes over and he takes the nest from you. And when he does, the female gets a little bit aggravated.
No.
So who is carrying the female, which is Omar, I believe. He's like, oh, it's okay. He actually affixes his roof, because he has a thatched roof. He's a thatcher. And he fixes it so that way it's kind of lower to the ground, so they don't have to get too far, and Chirper can get up there.
Oh, okay.
So you spend a couple hours helping him with that, and they get everybody acquainted. And he actually comes out, and he says, you know what? He goes, you guys are just right. He says, I'm going to give you 1,000 gold for this one. He says, oh, wow. You've quite helpful. But you got to promise you won't say a word.
Not a word.
One.
Yeah. Now, when do we're going to go see Halsbad? Halsbad?
Bad.
Yeah.
To return the...
That's in a different town, though, right?
Yeah, it is. So what's the travel time for that, potentially?
2 days. From
2 days.
Nightshade to Brindlemark. You're going the opposite direction. You're going to passing through Greenhaven.
So is that 4-day round trip?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're thinking that should give you enough time for the guild, or the Mage Guild, to fix the situation with the knife.
Oh yeah, true.
Because we're taking back the wee spoons and the forks and the knives and that's.
Right. Yeah, there's a set that's worth 500 gold. It's worth the trip.
Ah.
That is worth the trip.
Well, let's go then.
All right, you get back to town. It is roughly a little after noon by the time you get back into Nightdale. Omar says, well, if we leave now, we would be halfway to Greenhaven by the time it was evening. I believe this place is the camp along the road, if I remember correctly.
I say let's go.
All right.
Yep.
You guys gather your things and off you go?
Yes, we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
So you get through that night, you wake up the next morning, off you go traveling again. By that evening, you do reach Greenhaven. And you do notice in Greenhaven that they've actually managed to pave half the other road at this point. So it's a little
I made some berry porridge for breakfast.
So, do you stay the day in Greenhaven, or do you continue on?
Thank you,
Another
Dalan.
I'd like
travel.
It'd be another day's travel to Brindlemark.
Anybody have any reason not to continue to travel?
No.
All right. You continue on. That night, you reach Brindlemark.
Yeah.
You push on a little bit further into the evening, and you come into Brindlemark. Brindlemark is a kind of a halfling and gnome town. There
Okay.
are
Okay.
construction here is more medieval-like as far as like Bavarian medieval style.
Okay.
This is, and it's not a city by any stretch. It's a town. So there's one inn. There's one blacksmith. There's one. There's not, and no specialty stores really. There's a general store.
Does the architecture represent the predominant race here? Or am I
Yes.
gonna be height challenged in the doorways?
No, not really. Some place, like some of the private housing, yes, but as far as the public housing, they've accommodated for taller folks.
Oh, okay.
And you make your way to the town hall, where the mayor is going to be, and you know that the mayor is Gerald Halsbad, so he's obviously one of those people that you need to talk to.
Oh, and the mayor.
And the mayor.
And the mayor. All right, charisma people.
So it's evening, however, and the city hall is closed. So, are you going to take a room at the inn, or are you going to sit up all night waiting for it to open?
Oh no! Take a room at the end. We got some money.
It's time.
Get a
Let's get some
room.
really, really good food.
Yeah, how much does a good dinner and an inn for a room for all of us is going to cost? And I'll deduct it.
Altogether,
From the
it's probably going to cost you around 10 gold for everything.
Oh, that's nothing.
Sweet.
That's
Got
for
it.
a good room, for a good meal, for laundry
New
service.
adventurers.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking like
Bitches.
that guy
Yeah,
really
alright.
just charged us.
So we'll try not to
From my-
act. We'll try not to act too much like low-hanging fruit that just got a payday. You know,
yourself.
'cause- right? Well, I mean, let's get some alcohol at the table. We'll have a good time. But I'm trying to be conservative
That's
visually. I don't want people to see we have a chest of money here. You know.
Right.
Oh, that's fair.
You have a good fun night at
Right.
at the inn. And
I get rooms first so I can put our stuff in the rooms and then
Right.
come down and
So morning comes, you all wake up, you have your breakfast.
yay.
Town hall opens, you walk in, and there's a halfling woman in a very nice attire sitting at a desk as you walk into the town hall. Says, "How can I help you?"
Well, we understand that you were missing some family heirloom silverware, and we think we may have come across it. We defeated some really mean, nasty, violent bandits, and through great personal cost to ourselves, and but several of us took grievous injuries. We managed to recover your silverware, we think. Can you describe the silverware you lost?
Oh, that would be the mayor's family. I work for them. Hold on.
I've totally embarrassed myself, haven't I?
No,
I'm
you're
so
fine. You
sorry.
announced what you were here to do. That was totally fine. Let me get him, and I'll be right back. And she gets up, goes around the corner into a
We didn't
hallway.
think that they would answer their own door, did you?
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
The mayor comes out. He's a tall elf, stately looking older elf actually. Says, "Oh goodness, you've recovered our silverware. I understand."
We think so. If you would describe it so that we might know that we're not about to give this fine cache of expensive silverware to the wrong family. Can you describe it so we can make sure we keep it safe? And
Well, yes, it's this with this and these patterns, and blah. He explains exactly what they look like.
Oh, these.
He goes, "Oh, my wife would be quite happy that you found these. We were raided by some bandits
yes,
a few weeks ago.
horribly,
Vicious raccoons.
giant rabid raccoon, rare raccoons.
They were
Raccoons.
very dangerous.
They were very
Raccoons?
dangerous.
There's
I think
They were
I think
humanoid.
Mary may have been bitten by one of them. She's not looked quite the same since. So
Were raccoons? That's not good.
yes,
But that would
they were
explain-
impossible to blow up. I tried really hard.
You did.
That explains why there was so much fur all over the place.
Ugh.
They'll climb in and eat your face off.
But you took care of them, yes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
With
we
only a
took
few
care of
injuries, but we've recovered.
Well, I'm
Did we
very
take care of
grateful.
them? Just look at us.
Do you
They
need
didn't happen
any?
to be
Do you
any
need any
relation to you.
healing or anything like that?
You should have seen the other guys.
Do they need healing?
We did have to use 5
anymore.
potions of healing. We did. We had to use 5 potions of healing.
5
in the
potions of
process.
healing. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Well, there is a reward for the return of these. I'm very grateful. It's
That's all right.
it's 100 gold.
Let me pull out the letter.
It was
Let
500.
me pull out. I'm gonna pull out the letter because you gave me a letter, right?
No, he just told you about
Someone-
it.
We see. Oh, you know what?
You got a
know,
letter for the fork, knife, and spoon from the Mages Guild.
I think maybe
Right.
we were mistaken and that we have brought the Silverware to the wrong people, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this is not the right house. This is not.
We must
Yes.
have made an error on the map.
We're so sorry for wasting your time. We'll
I'm
be on
sorry.
our way.
Was there a misunderstanding in returning these? I don't understand what is happening here.
We were under the understanding that the reward was 500 gold pieces to
He
return these
laughs. He
items.
says, "My God, no! Who would have told you that?"
Oh, well. If you don't want the wee forks and knives and spoons.
If they're not worth it to you,
Well, keep
I
them.
happen to like spoons.
he does. And peanut butter.
These damn peasants, he says under his breath, and you almost don't catch it when he says it.
Mm.
He says, "Fine. Give them a 500 gold, and I'll take the silverware to my wife." So he leaves
Oh,
and
thank
lets
you
his
very
lets his
much,
secretary deal with
master.
it. So
Okay.
his secretary actually pulls open a drawer, unlocks a box, pulls out a small bag of coin, puts it on the table. Says,
The Raconteur Society thanks you.
"Who?"
And I am using balloons. I am making a crown hat, and I put it on her head. Thank you for helping us so much.
He looks up like, "How did you know?"
That's
There's
magic,
actually-
that is.
So
Right.
we had that 500 gold.
Well
14.
done. Well done.
It's actually 50 platinum pieces is what she gives you.
Oh.
You guys have delivered that. You've managed to acquire the turkey vulture.
Yes.
You've accomplished all that you've done
Babbies.
so far.
And the babbies.
And
Ye babbies.
The babies. We relocated a whole family.
the
Out here saving lives.
the lady that is sitting there and gave you the gold and took the silverware and now has the fancy hat says,
Yes.
"So you're an adventuring group, correct?
Yes. Yes, we are.
So you do odd jobs for money."
Oh, aye.
Do you need help?
Yes.
Well, no, but there is an adventuring guild in Silver Mist. I wasn't sure if you were aware of it or not.
Silver Mist Adventuring Guild.
Might be something you want to look at. 'Cause I know I've seen your faces around Greenhaven before. My sister had your friend here with the balloons for a party once.
So, is this guild thing like something that most people would know about? I guess it would be something to behoove
Well,
us
it's
to-
recently formed,
Okay.
and they are looking for your types.
To fulfill their ranks, they probably want to cut, but they probably provide services.
Well, they'll provide adventures for you to go on, from what I understand.
Right.
Odd jobs to do, things like that.
Ways to earn money.
Yeah.
Yes.
To
How
book
odd.
us.
I wonder.
All right. Well, I think it's worth checking out.
LinkedIn is what it is.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. It's what?
DD LinkedIn.
Right.
Pathfinder LinkedIn. Sorry.
There we
sorry,
go.
sorry.
Pathfinder LinkedIn. That's
Pathfinder
right.
LinkedIn.
Pathfinder LinkedIn. All right. Here we go. All
Omar
right,
says
we can do
Silver
that.
Mist. That's
How far away is
that's
that?
about a week's journey from here.
Further away?
Yes.
Do we want to go back to the other town first before we leave and take a week's off?
We need to go back to the other town because we need to find out about the knife, fork, and spoon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we cannot forget your hat that you
And
ordered.
we can.
That's
And we
right.
gotta
Your
get your
hat's
hat.
been ordered, yes.
Right. And there was another town in between on the return trip we could stop at, right?
Pardon?
Green is in Greenhaven,
Oh, okay.
right in the middle there.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right, so you make your way back to Nightdale. Nothing happens on the way in between. When you return to Nightdale, you find that your hat is complete.
Yay!
So you're able to wear it to the Mages Guild.
Oh,
Look
it looks
fantastic.
so good.
That's such a fancy hat.
Wow.
You get to the Mages Guild, and the tall elf that you talked to before is standing there. And you walk in, and he goes, "Oh, thank goodness you're back." And about that time, the door opens, and Master Blip walks out from around the counter as well. He comes up to Jules' character, and shakes your hand. And he shakes Yuri's hand, and he walks up and hugs John's character. He says, "Oh, thank you for so much." He says, "I was having a heck of a time getting out of that fork."
Is this the way that was the
Master
father?
Blip.
I'm just so happy that we were able to stumble upon you.
He looks stumble onto him.
Yeah.
He looks over at Fluffernutter and says, "That is a mighty fine hat, sir."
Thank you.
And you
I
see
can
he's
have one
dressed
made for
also.
you.
Pardon?
I can tell you who made it for me. You can have one made for yourself.
Oh, I think they're the same person that made my outfit. You know, he's got like bright colored clothing on as well. He says, I was on vacation with my family, just outside of Emberstone. Now, this is a place that none of you have ever heard of before. Emberstone. You need to roll a geology check.
So,
Isn't the world flat?
Geography, not geology. My bad. Geography.
okay. So let me roll then.
Okay. You know that Emberstone is a city that's in the Draconic Empire of Vorgar. And that is far to the south.
I must have overheard that at some party I was working at. Okay.
He says, yeah, I was down that way and I stumbled across a lich.
This does not sound like a very good vacation.
No, well, it was kind of a weird, like, we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. And it was just bad. But they've got my wife's out now. We're working on my son at the moment. But we thank you for finding you, and we kind of want to know, how did you get a hold of us?
Well, we got in a fight with some raccoons.
You kind of look, Raccoons?
You were being abducted by raccoons.
Yes,
Actual raccoons.
Oh, a bunch of
Well,
raccoons.
they were more like
Well, they
bear
were like
raccoons.
were
Yes, like a
raccoons.
whole
They were, and they had, and they were like,
Raccoon bandits who attacked a very, very well-known
They wore
band
cloaks.
of musicians.
They were intelligent. They talked. They wore cloaks.
Yes, but not so intelligent that we didn't track them down.
That would mean that someone around here had us. I'm gonna have to look more into this.
Do you think they sold you out?
How long were you trapped?
4 months.
Ugh.
Well, I'm sure that they wound up with the silverware from, well, they took it from somebody.
I'm
So-
wondering if they didn't steal from a lich.
They might have the ones.
Or someone did.
We could go ask them.
You say that like that's common. Is there?
No,
a lich
it's
around
not.
here?
It's very
Oh,
not
I was
common
gonna
at all.
say.
No. But Yeah, we were
I
made
mean, there's
into
a couple
be the...
left as roadies. If we could find that band again, we could ask them where they got those.
What
Did they,
band?
were they still in the village when we left?
Well, they
Didn't ken.
You know, they move around about every day. So
Okay, so they're probably long gone.
is it a bard band? Is it a...
Oh yeah, it's just,
It
they're very
was.
famous. I forgot the name of the band, but
They're gnomes.
I have it written down.
They're
Right,
goblins. I'm sorry.
Goblins.
Goblin Band.
Take it all back.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, you
goblins.
mean those guys? Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Groomer
those
Combo
guys.
Shooba Doobies. Yeah. I don't know where they're at now, but you could probably find them if you looked hard enough.
Well, I mean, what's the next big city? I guess to go to would make sense for them.
Past Nightdale?
I guess if we knew which direction they took, because there's only so many roads, right?
Mm-hmm. And Starfall is Moonstone, Silver Mist. If they stayed in the kingdom anyway.
Right.
If
And they've
not,
already
they
been
may went
gone
to
for
the-
a couple
went
of
on to
days.
the-
It's already been 4 days, 5 days since.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody week.
So
You know those musician types, they travel hard and wide and long.
Yeah, those musician types.
Horrible creatures.
Are there any advertisements around town of them where they may be found later?
You might be able to go to a venue they played at. They might know
oh
where
yeah,
they're-
the inn.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could go back to the inn and see if they left any information about where they'll be next.
Brilliant.
Omar says that's
Good
a grand
notion.
idea. So that's what you do?
Yes.
That is what we're gonna do.
Omar says, good luck on releasing your child. I hope everything would be fine. He says, oh, it'll be okay. He goes, it wasn't hard to get out, which was even more strange. But
We'll go
The
there.
Dragon's Nest Tavern.
Yes.
We can go back there.
oh, you wanted some compensation, correct?
Yes, I was hoping we'd have a chance to discuss that.
Okay. Well, you're being adventurers, so I'm gonna help you out with some healing potions.
Yay.
So he says he gives you
Oh, aye, those are expensive.
7 cure light wound potions.
So each of us gets a cure light wound potion.
Yes.
Okay.
He says if you get damaged, drink one of these and you'll probably heal yourself completely.
Well, I know our barbarian friend. You know, he just likes to hit things with sharp implements. And
I do. Do you like the hitting of the things?
yes, what sharp implement do you like most of all?
I like a big, great sword.
Would you happen to have a sharp sword for him? Perhaps, maybe?
Well, actually, he goes, I do have a masterwork short sword.
And for him, it's a great sword.
It's a normal size sword for him, yeah.
Right.
Oh, we just lost Hazy Witch.
Oh no.
And
A
A
everybody's
portal
all
opened up. I
screwed
sensed a
up now.
portal. What happened?
Easy. Come back.
Try and readjust, but is she going to come back on?
I don't know. We're going to leave this like it is for the moment. She might pop back on, and if they do,
Okay.
then it'll be adjusted. So
That lich better not be fucking with her.
Oh no. She might be a
No
spatula
chaotic
or
evil.
something.
There's no chaotic
So
evil
he
going on.
he gives you
We're
a...
just negotiating
whisk.
hard. That's all.
We're gonna wind up being like kitchen utensils, you know.
he gives
She
you...
might be a pair of
Yuri,
tongs.
Yuri, what happened?
And no, I don't want to be a teapot. Thank you. No.
And you're negotiating all the things you're getting. You have to trade your Yuri for. Unfortunately, she went away. No.
Oh yeah, I took her soul. You can have your
Oh,
little
that's
sword.
horrible. So he gives you a masterworked short sword.
So
All
And
right.
It actually is a
Masterwork short
+1 to attack. Because it's sharp and it's keened. So
Okay.
So, being a gnome, this is a big job short sword.
It looks
So
like
it's
a long
normal
sword,
sword
too.
for me.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Looks
Yeah.
like a long sword.
it's proportional.
Is there anything else you need?
Oh my, yes.
Is that it for you folks? I can't
If
thank
that's
you
all we
enough
think
for
we can
bringing us back.
reasonably bribe out of him. I mean, I'll pull out some money if I need to, but I didn't figure. I'm not treating this like a candy in a candy store type of situation, you know.
Thank goodness.
Right.
All right. So you guys finish up your time there at the Mages Guild, and you are now beginning your trip to Ventria. So we're going to end the game there tonight.
Okay.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We are the Raconteur Syndicate. Make sure you tune in every other Wednesday night, and we'll be up here continuing this Pathfinder game. If you would like to subscribe and like on all of our social medias to keep up with when we're doing this, that'd be great. Don't forget to check out what everybody talked about. If you guys would like to give one more pitch to what you got going on before we go, to remind everybody, you're welcome to do that. And thank you all again for tuning in. Don't forget that Arthur's putting out a new album.
You can find me on Bandcamp and get a digital release of it.
And John's putting out albums.
Spiral Rhythm, also on Bandcamp.
And
Queen...
Sooj just all over Bandcamp.
All over. She's just
all over.
She's a hard worker, honey. She's out there. Mm-hmm.
SJTucker.bandcamp.com. Come
there
listen.
You go.
Come enjoy.
Watched me count that math on my fingers, didn't you?
Oh my God.